guys, and welcome back to Talking F1 with me, Lumpies. Hope it's going well with you guys. And yeah, before we start today's video, just want to say thanks for watching and remember to like and subscribe. So, it was announced yesterday that sprint qualifying was going to be introduced for free races this year. Now, today I'm just going to talk about how it's going to work and all that stuff and what it's going to bring to the table. So I think this is the FIA's, they want to test it out. That's why it's only there for free races. Uh, so they can see if it's work or they're going to bring it in for more races next season or so. I like the idea, to be honest, and how the format works. I think it's going to, mix it a bit up, and it's going to be more racier, and more battles on, um, you know, in the race and all that stuff. So let's go through how it works. So on Friday, we have a 1 hour practice session. Now, this practice session will be critical, and we're going to see a lot of running. The cars are going to be a lot on track. They're going to have to go through their race preparation and qualifying preparation, because on Friday afternoon it's going to be the Q1, Q2, and Q3, as always, and that is going to be after that qualifying. That's going to be the order for Saturday's sprint qualifying. So then on Saturday morning, we have practice 2, which is also just an hour long. And then the afternoon, we have the 100-kilometer um, sprint race. So, or sprint qualifying race. Now, after this race, the positions of the guys after this 100-kilometer race is going to be the qualifying positions, or the positions that they're going to start Sunday's main race. Now, what does this bring to the table? So, firstly, we're gonna practice sessions are gonna be a lot more entertaining and busier. Uh, you know, with more guys running, and we're gonna see a lot more from each team. Usually we had 3 practices, with the first 2 being an hour and a half long and the last one being an hour. So it was really long, quite boring, and sometimes the guys didn't even run any kind of qualifyings or all that stuff in practice 2 and 1, and practice 3 was always the most entertaining, because it was short, and we had a lot of cars running and doing qualifying laps and all that stuff. Now, um, then you know it's going to force the teams to show what they have and all that stuff. So I think in practice 1 is going to be a lot of qualifying pace, and maybe a few race runs. But I think on Saturday morning is going to be the race runs. It's going to be checking the car for the afternoon sprint qualifying race. Uh, this makes it really interesting, because if you crash maybe, or something goes wrong, you're gonna start from back, you know at the back of the grid on Sunday. So you know it's going to make it more. I think it's going to make it more interesting. I'm looking forward to see how that this weekend is going to work and all that stuff. And I think it's not going to be like like Formula 2, where you have 2 races. I think this is just going to happen maybe like 10 races in a season, uh, or maybe even more, less, like 7 races in a season, just to make it more, a bit more interesting, and uh, it's going to help with a tighter battle for the championship. So I think it is a good thing the FIA is going to try. I hope it works out better than that weird qualifying we had about 4 years back, or 3 years back. Yeah, I think it's 4 years back, where it just didn't work. They literally had it at Australia, and it just never came up again. So I think this is going to make it a bit more interesting. Um, and I think at the end of it all is just going to be maybe a few races each season. That's going to be part of it. But let's first see how it's going to, run, and how it's going to work. But I'm quite looking forward to it. They're talking about Silverstone and Monza for being one of the those two, and then one more that's going to hold this sprint qualifying. And I think it's quite good tracks to hold it at, maybe more overtakes and all that stuff. So in a sprint qualifying race, you know, you want to do as many overtakes and get yourself as high up. So this means when the teams that are usually not good, maybe starting at, like, let's say George Russell, who is actually quite good, but his car isn't there yet for him. So this means he can start maybe at, let's say, he start at 15th, and he fights his way till 10th, and that means in the race he's got a bigger chance of getting points. And I think I think that the sprint qualifying race also is going to be a lot more. Guys are going to make more, not risky moves, but making more moves on track, not waiting too long, because you want to get the best results so you can start on at the front, or at the better position than you would have started in qualifying. So I think it's going to be great. And also looking at, if a guy crashes his car, it's going to be, the guys in the garage, the engineers and all that stuff, they're going to have to work their asses off to get that car ready for Sunday. Now, I think the FIA is maybe going to change the rules, that they have a longer time to work on a car if they have a crash on Saturday, because usually they only have a few hours to work on a car on Saturday, and then on Sunday also have just a few hours before the race to work on a car. And then also you're going to start from pit lane, and all that stuff. So, and all in all, I'm quite excited to see what this new format is going to bring to Formula One. I think it's going to be a lot more entertaining. It's going to be a busy weekend, and yeah, looking forward to it. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and check you next time.